Yo, it feels good to be home. What is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Samoan Raider back with another video. I'm back home in Vegas, coming from the Bay, man. It was a great week overall, but today's Super Bowl Sunday, so I know everybody's getting ready for the Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, the Raiders ain't playing, so I could give a rat's ass about that game anyways. If this is the very first time you guys come across the channel and you love Raiders content just like this on a daily basis, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button, and also don't forget to hit that like button. First things first, let's talk about Maxx Crosby. According to Adam Schefter, he broke some news this morning saying that the Raiders want to keep Maxx Crosby, but would seek a Micah Parsons trade package if they ended up moving the star pass rusher. Now, when you look at what the Cowboys got for Micah Parsons, they got a defensive starter plus 2 first-round picks. And I feel like if the Raiders were to move on from Maxx Crosby, it would take at least 2 first-round picks to move on from him. Now, honestly, we've talked about this for the past week, and a lot of things have been going up and down, from Jay Glazer saying some stuff, Diana Rossini saying some stuff, Maxx Crosby even coming out and saying that he doesn't know why people are talking about him, talking for him. Even when he's not saying anything, people are going to just take his name and just run with it and talk about trade packages, talk about trade rumors, even though he hasn't come out and publicly said anything. Now, does that mean that he doesn't want to move on from the Raiders? Who knows? But until he comes out and he says something, then I'll actually believe it. Now, after seeing this post today from Adam Schefter, I'm just sitting here like, damn, why are we still talking about the man? Like, can we just give it a break already, man? Can we just enjoy the Super Bowl without having to worry about Maxx Crosby, you know, our best player on this team? Like, come on, man. I understand the Raiders have been bad. I know the Raiders are always going to be a subject to talk about, and maybe there is some truth to it. Maybe it's all cap. I mean, Jay Glazer was backtracking. Diana backtracked too when she was asked about the whole situation. But can we just let it happen if it does happen? Now, this all kind of stems back to when Maxx Crosby was sat down in the last 2 games of the season, and we all know it wasn't a Maxx Crosby decision because he wanted to play. It wasn't a Pete Carroll decision because Pete Carroll, if anything, would have made him go out there and play no matter what. So it comes down to John Spytek and not wanting to play him in those last 2 games. Not only because, you know, it didn't really matter for the Raiders because we were going to lose anyways, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to play your best players out there to risk any type of injury, even though we know that Maxx Crosby, you're a warrior. He's going to want to go out there even on one leg if he can to just go out there and support this team and try to win games. Now, the Raiders didn't need to win any games because we needed to secure that #1 overall pick, which we did. But to think that that's still something that a lot of people are talking about, and to the reasoning why the Raiders could trade him away or why Maxx Crosby could want out of Las Vegas is honestly beyond me. And hearing what Maxx Crosby has been saying throughout the media, on The Herd and all these other shows, he of course is frustrated with the whole thing. But one thing I didn't really realize when I was talking about it initially is the fact that he never really came out and said that he wants to stay a Raider and he doesn't want to be traded away. Those are 2 things I know a lot of people are talking about. Like, yes, he's saying all these things, but it is so easy to shut down all the rumors. If you just come out and say, I do not want to be traded, I want to be a Raider going into 2026, that's it. And then everybody could stop talking about it. Maybe that is what he meant when he was saying the full statement, but, you know, there's always going to be people that nitpick and take those little things and kind of twist it, which Maxx even stated in those interviews. You guys know how I feel about Maxx Crosby. There is no way in hell that I would want to trade him away, not for any picks. I'd rather keep him on his team for the foreseeable future while this team is going to turn things around. I know that hearing a rebuild doesn't sound really enticing to stay, but the Raiders, I don't think it's too far off. Maybe give us 2 to 3 years. Maybe that's not what he has. Maybe that's not the timeline that he's on, but I just don't want him to leave the moment the Raiders are starting to turn things around, which I think so. Well, when we have the #1 overall pick and we have all this cap space, maybe the Raiders can turn it around next season, but that's just me. What are your thoughts on this, Raider Nation, on Maxx Crosby, the future of him with the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you think that there is any possible chance that he could leave? Heck, Adam Schefter even added to that the Raiders are doing everything they can to persuade Maxx to stay, but he doesn't see it happening. A lot of people are looking to the NFL draft, either right before it or after it, to moving on from Maxx Crosby. But we'll stay up to date with all of that and see what goes on moving forward. But I just hope and pray that we get to see Maxx Crosby in the silver and black once the season starts. Also, before we continue, I've got to show you guys something that works much better than your traditional sports books. It's called Polymarket. Polymarket is the world's largest prediction market. You're trading concentrating on the outcome instead of being just locked into just one result. And with the big game right around the corner, this is a perfect time to buy in. And of course, we got the Seahawks versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and they got the Seahawks at 69% of winning this game. If you like that, then you just buy in. So if I put $100 on the Seahawks to win and they win, then I'd be getting $144.93. And this is all in real time. So if you do buy in at 69% and next week it goes up to 75%, then you can sell it and get your money. And that's one of the greatest things about Polymarket, is that you're always in control. While traditional sportsbooks block cash outs during the games, Polymarket, you can always cash out at any time. And when comparing the fees, it ain't even close. Sportsbooks charges $9 on a $100 win, while Polymarket only charges you 10 cents on a $100 win, so the payouts are much better. They're also available in all 50 states, so if you're trying to get in on the action, then make sure to click the link below and use my promo code Samoan to get exclusive access to the app and also $10 to use in-app when you sign up. Try Polymarket today, and trust me, you won't be disappointed. Now, in some other bit of news, something I really wanted to touch on just a little bit was Derek Carr possibly returning to the NFL. According to Ian Rappaport, he tweeted out that an intriguing QB option to watch this offseason, as Derek Carr could unretire for the right situation and coaching staff, per the insiders. Now, Carr has taken several months off to rest, and sources have said that his shoulder has responded well, leading to Carr slowly beginning rehab as the season unfolded. Teams have learned that Carr currently has no shoulder limitations, and Carr and his brother David have joked a few times on their homegrown podcast about the return to the Raiders, especially since Clint Kubiak, Derek's offensive coordinator with the Saints in 2024 and current OC for the Seahawks, is slated to accept the team's head coaching job after today's Super Bowl. But the Raiders have the #1 pick in the NFL draft right now and is most likely going to be selecting Fernando Mendoza. So after seeing all of that, I had to sit down and think about it. I'm like, I mean, it does kind of sound intriguing, maybe having Derek Carr come back to the NFL and coming to the Las Vegas Raiders. I've usually been opposed to it, but at this point, what the heck? I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Now, I wouldn't expect him to come over here and be the starter right away, but as a mentor, as somebody that could come and take over the reins and at least be a starter over Fernando Mendoza, or even just be the backup for Fernando Mendoza in the silver and black, I don't think it would be that bad. I mean, there could definitely be worse out there, but as of right now, the Saints do hold the rights to Derek Carr. He's still under contract with the New Orleans Saints, so if anybody was interested in getting him, including the Raiders, there would have to be a trade. And if I'm looking at any type of trade value, we're most likely looking at somewhere around a 4th, 5th round pick at best. And if the Raiders are down to do that, then I wouldn't mind it. And I know a lot of Raider Nation wouldn't mind it as well, especially since reports are saying that it would take the right situation. And I think anything that involves the Las Vegas Raiders would be the right situation for Derek Carr. And I think he would pick up the phone and be down to come and join Clint Kubiak, who he did really well under in New Orleans before he did get injured. But Raider Nation, I thought I'd bring that up to you guys to get you guys' thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Man, it's been a great week. I've done a lot of networking at the Super Bowl throughout the whole week, and trust me, there's going to be a lot of great content. I will be dropping the vlog tomorrow morning, and then I'll continue to do more videos on this channel. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all of that, like I said, hit the subscribe button and that notification icon button. I do thank you guys for sticking with me throughout, the whole Super Bowl coverage, and today is the Super Bowl game. I am rooting for the Oakland Seahawks because Clint Kubiak is going to be the guy coming over here to Las Vegas right after, and I can't wait to see how entertaining this game would be. That said, until the next video, this is your boy Samoan Raider, and your boy is Yow.